Alright guys, so this video is going to be on the hack method. The hack method is very simple once you understand what the slope is telling you to do. So if this is the first video you're watching and you don't really understand the directions of the slope, I definitely recommend that you watch the hack method intro video. That it's going to explain to you exactly what the slope does, how to interpret the slope, and how to understand what directions the slope gives you. So in order to do the hack method, the first thing that we want to do is we want to decide what is our y-intercept. So if we look at this equation, y equals negative 1/3 x plus 6, we are always thinking of x as our separator. So on the left side of x, we have our slope, and on the right side of x, we have our y-intercept. So we are taking the number and the sign. So in this case, we have that our slope is negative 1/3. And we have that our y-intercept is 6. So once we've identified our slope and our y-intercept is our starting point. So the first thing I'm going to plot is that positive 6. Since it's my y-intercept, I'm going to start there. The second step is to look at the slope. We have determined that our slope is negative 1/3. And once you guys understand what that means, I have a negative slope. So that means I'm going to be going down a certain amount of units and always to the right a certain amount of units. In this case, since my slope is negative 1/3, that means that I am going to go down 1 and right 3. So from my starting point, which is my y-intercept, I go down 1 and then I go right 3. 1, 2, 3. I plot this point, and guys, that's it. That's all you have to do. That's all we do. Continue that. Easy money. And that is how you use the hack method when it's a whole number slope. It also works that's how you do it when we're working with a fractional slope. It also works with a whole number slope. So in this particular case, our equation is y equals 3x minus 8. So I think of this x as a separator. The number on the left is my slope, and the number on the right is my y-intercept. So that means that 3 is my slope, and my y-intercept is negative 8. So whenever we have a whole number of a slope, we always want to put that 1 underneath it because we need a vertical change and a horizontal change. That's just the definition of slope. So if I have a positive 3/1, this means that I go up 3 and always to the right, right 1. So this is what my slope of 3 is telling me to do. I'm going to go up 3 and to the right 1. So the first thing we do is we're going to plot our y-intercept, which is negative 8. I go down to negative 8 and I plot that on the y-axis. And now my slope, it tells me from my starting point, I'm going to go up 3 and to the right 1. So I go to my starting point, I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1. And after we have plot those 2 points, connect them, and that is how we use the hack method. If we don't use the hack method, then the other way to do this is the painful way. It's not impossible to do. It's just a little more painful, a little more tedious. We would make the XY chart. We would choose 2 points, so 1 and 2. We would plug those 2 points in. And after we do that, we would get our first point. And after we choose our second point, we would plot these 2 points. And then we would draw a line through them, and that's how we graph it. But if we notice, even after doing the traditional method, 1, -5, that is already on our graph. +1, -5. And 2, -2, that is also already on our graph. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. The hack method, as you can see, far less work, and that's really the only kicker. That's why it's called the hack method. It just saves you time. Is it incorrect if you do it this way? No. It's just save some time, do the hack method. You're going to use it forever and ever. It's useful for every grade you're going to be in. So just take advantage of it. Hopefully this helps. I will be posting another video on point slope form. Stay tuned.